Hi everybody, today is 5 years since the beginning of the London 2012 Olympic Games, and I was a volunteer during those Olympic Games. I was a GamesMaker. Now you might remember during the Olympics and Paralympic Games there was lots of people who were helping you move around the complexes, helping with transport, helping with spectators and ticketing and things like that, and they were all volunteers. They were drafted in to help the games run smoothly, and frankly they were fantastic, even though I say so myself. The great thing about volunteers is that they are doing it for the love of doing it, rather than for any monetary gain or any kudos or anything like that. And this isn't the first time that I've volunteered for a big event. I was a member of the international service team for the World Scout Jamboree in 2007, which was in Essex, and I spent a week and a half camping in a field and making sure that all the kids that were there had a great time. Well, this was very similar. It was 2 weeks in the Olympic Park itself. I was really lucky to be a member of the event services team in the Common Domain, and the Common Domain is basically the Olympic Park outside all the venues. So my job for those 2 weeks was to direct spectators to the venues and to the facilities and show them where the biggest McDonald's in the world was. It's like, this is the biggest McDonald's in the world. Well, it was interesting to us. One of the things that we did a lot of was take photos. I was a fantastic photographer by the end of the 2 weeks. I had the stadium in the background, or the aquatic centre, or the hockey, or whatever we had. I applied to be a games maker all the way back in 2010, the end of 2010. 250,000 people applied to be games makers for the 2012 Olympics, and only 70,000 people got chosen to actually be a volunteer. So I was very lucky in that respect. I had to fill out a form with my experience, and I'm sure it helped being a volunteer at the Scout Jamboree. And I attended an interview at Warwick University, just half a day. We had about a 10-minute interview with somebody. We went through our skills, and it helped, of course, if you were interested in some of the sports. I think one of the overriding factors of the choice of who was going to be a volunteer and who wasn't was if they were passionate about helping people and about being a volunteer. People who knew that it would be hard work but a lot of fun and a great experience, and believe me, it was. So as a volunteer, we got passes into the Olympic Park. So this is mine. Look, I'm sure the barcode doesn't matter now. It's 5 years ago, and the Olympic Park is open to anybody to walk around now. Hey, I don't know if you can see that, but it says Common Domain, CDM there, which is the Common Domain. And our boss, who was called Mary, and she was fantastic, believe me. She had this phrase about the Common Domain: there is nothing common about the Common Domain, and believe me, there isn't. It's one of the most diverse places you'll ever find. Not only was there people from every single country around the world, but there was so much to do outside of the venues. There was plenty of fun for the kids. There was this area called Spotty Bridge, and if you were a volunteer around that area, then you would usually entertain the kids around there. Off towards the hockey, there was an area called Britannia Row. Lots of stalls down there, lots of things to do. Oh, and not forgetting, of course, the live park, where you could see all the action from other venues on the big screens. But some of the responsibility of the games makers while you're there was checking people's tickets as they were coming into the park. One of the gates is a VIP gate. It was at Pudding Mill Lane. Now, VIPs are usually sponsors, and they're families of people who work for the sponsors' companies and things like that. So you're standing there, and yes, they are people who have basically got tickets for free, but they're just people like you and me, and yes, they've got some free tickets, but they're special people because, of course, their companies are sponsoring the Olympics. And the VVIPs had a completely different gate, so there was no chance of the Queen coming through, or Prince Harry, or Prince William. They had a pre-approved gate to go through. They didn't need tickets, obviously. So we had these scanner things which told us if the tickets were valid and things like that. And I had a chap at the VIP gate who came to me with a ticket for the canoe slalom. The canoe slalom is not in the Olympic Park. It's at a venue up the Lee Valley, kind of just outside the north of London. But this ticket was for earlier in the day, and I thought, what a fool, you know, he's just bought the wrong ticket. I'm sure he's got the right ticket or something else. So I'm giving the tickets back to this chap and saying, sorry sir, these tickets aren't valid for here. Have you got some other ones? And then I look up again to his face and I realise it's Bill Gates. That's right, the Microsoft billionaire. Can you believe he's given me the wrong tickets at the gate? Luckily he had the right tickets for the athletics for that evening session, so everything was fine. The other thing you got as a games maker was a uniform. So this was my uniform. This is my top. It's a bit faded and whatever now. Definitely stood out with these kind of red epaulets and sides and things like that. It was nice. It looked like you worked at Sainsbury's, but I made so many friends during the games, and I'm still friends with them on Facebook and still talk to them every now and again. And what an amazing event to be a part of. If you ever get the chance to volunteer at a big event like that, then I suggest you take it, because it is not only just such a great experience, it gives you the skills to transfer to other things, whether that be in work or hobbies or whatever you want to do. And you'll make so many friends, and you will not regret doing it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up just down there. Why not take a look at one of my other videos? You can do that just here. Or even better still, subscribe. You can do that by clicking my face, literally. So thanks for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye bye.